Welcome to Wisdom of the World. Today I will tell a story from Yemen. It's about when you're not sure whether to follow the advice that was given to you. The story is called The Next Sultan, and it goes like this. Once upon a time, a long time ago, there lived a sultan in Yemen. He had 3 sons. And he loved to watch them play, and he learned them lessons, and together they went hunting in the desert. But one day he said to his wife, "I'm getting old, and it is time to decide which of our 3 sons will be the next ruler of Yemen." And his wife, of course, didn't like her husband talking about his own death. But she was a sensible woman, and she says, "I cannot advise you on this matter. I love all of our sons. I think they're wonderful. I think they all will make great rulers. But why don't you go talk to the old shepherd who lives on the edge of the great desert? Often you said that he was the wisest man in the whole country." And the Sultan said, "That's a great idea. I will do that." So the next day he set out on his camel, and he traveled the whole day over all the sand dunes until he finally saw the tent of the old shepherd. And he arrived there in the evening. And after dinner, the Sultan explained why he had come. The old shepherd stayed silent for a long, long time and finally gave his advice. And the Sultan thought, "Really? Is that all? That's pretty useless. I came this far for nothing." But he didn't say so. He went to sleep, and the next morning, after all the breakfasts and the goodbyes, he went back to his palace across the desert. That evening he sat with his 3 sons in the garden of the palace. And he asked his oldest son, "What is your favorite animal?" And the oldest son laughed and said, "Is this some game?" The Sultan said, "Yeah, some kind of a game." The Sultan thought by himself, "While I'm here with my 3 sons, I may as well try out the advice of the old shepherd, even if I don't think it's going to work." "So what is your favorite animal?" he asked the oldest son. The oldest son said immediately, "Dogs. Dogs are the friendliest of animals. They are so loyal and devoted. They guard our palace at night and even warn us when there's enemies or thieves that come around." The Sultan nodded thoughtfully and asked the second son, he says, "And what is your favorite animal?" And the second son laughed and said, "Monkeys, of course. They're so playful and so funny. They do the craziest things. Even yesterday, my pet monkey..." And then the father gently stopped him and said, "Thank you." And he asked the third son, the youngest one, "What is your favorite animal?" And the youngest one took his time to answer, and he finally said, "The camel." And the other 2 brothers said, "Wow, that's just a beast of burden." And the youngest son said, "It is so much more than that. We drive miles after miles on the camel without stopping. He carries our goods. He carries us when we fight a war. we use his hide, we drink his milk, we eat his meat. And when we don't treat him well, he gets grumpy. And then we have to find a way to make it work. I choose the camel. And the Sultan got up and said, this was very interesting. I need to say goodbye. Good night to your mother now. So he went to his wife, and his wife was there, and she said, how did your talk go with the great shepherd? And he said, did you choose already? And he said, actually, yes, I did. And he says, if we make the oldest son the ruler, he will just play with his friends, and his friends will tell him whatever he needs to hear. And he will be easily led astray. If we choose our second son, he will just entertain himself with clowns and other forms of distraction. He will not take his responsibilities very seriously. And his wife said, and what about our youngest son? And he said, yes, I think our youngest son will make a wise, just, and intelligent ruler. He will know and he cares about the needs of the people. And so he chose his youngest son to be the next ruler and eventually handed over to him. If you have any comments on the story, let me know. Ideas for another story. Thank you.